It has been almost 1 year ago since we enter a certain series. That series filled with lots of clues, murder, plot twists, victims, and murders. And today, the story continues. However, it continues on in a new genre. And by genre, well, it's still the same. Because I would like you all for the introduction of the Ace Attorney's Investigations. So yeah. Today, well, early this month, the Ace Attorney Investigation Collection has been released now on the Switch, and now, not only we got the first game, but also the second one. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm really stoked to be back in this series. And because ever since I started the trilogy, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed streaming it. Not to mention, like, now with this game, I got every Ace Attorney game here on the Switch. Well, almost. There's still the crossover with Professor Layton, so yeah. Anyway. With that all down the way, let's just head right into the story. Ooh. I'll say featured. Okay, wait. Ooh. What? Yes, English. Wow, we actually go to the... Wow. They actually take you to the website. That's kind of weird. Never expected that. Okay, I love the menu theme already. I kind of want to wait a bit until we get... Okay, anyway. Oh. Let's see. I want to see... Screen shaking, screen flashes, vibration, text skip. Enable the speed through unread text. We'll leave it that. Wait time. How long the game waits until all play on story mode? I don't need. Oh, we also got Arsenal. Okay. Ooh. Oh, this contains spores. Weird. Well, we'll look at that when we finish. But now we dance. Go back. It's really strange how... No, it's really crazy that... Like... If I remember... First came out... No, wait. Like the Ace Phoenix Wright trilogy, and I remember the Grace Ace Attorney games are coming out. And then the Grace Ace Attorney collection. Then fast forward to earlier this year, we got Apollo Justice Trilogy. That came out in January, and I think, yeah, January, I remember. Then, 8 months later, almost 8 months later, we get the Investigations Collection. The fact that all Ace Attorney games are now on mobile consoles and on PC. This question is, are we gonna get a new Ace Attorney game? Either that, or we're gonna Professor Layton and Ace Attorney on modern consoles and PC. That will be lucky, cause yeah, I didn't get that crossover on the 3DS, unfortunately. Anyway, let's see. Oh. Alright. I think that's enough dilly-dally. Let's start with the first game, because that's what basically starts. Could play with the classics or go with the HD. Let's go with HD. Turnabout Visitor, start from this episode. Let's start! I just realized it's gonna be a while for me to remember Edgeworth's voice. Wait, March 14th, 1:16 a.m. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough. But a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter what the cost. I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. My ears, I had to lower that typing. 12:05 a.m. Prosecutor's building, 12th floor hallway. Ooh. Oh. This happened almost 50 minutes later. There's our boy, Edgeworth! There's our boy! And the best part is with the Goel RX, I can now do thought process. Now, honestly, it's been a while since I've done these voices. Well, mainly Edgeworth's voice, but let's see if I could do. But let's see if I could try. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna mute myself to try to get into character. Alright. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? Oh. Damn, I meant that. Detective Gumshoe? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? What the? What's the meaning of this? Freeze. Identify yourself.
Shut up.
You got some nerve committing murder in the prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear.
What?
No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. This ain't the first time Miles Edgeworth had a gun almost pointed at him. Well, technically not. The fourth chapter in the first Ace Attorney game, he wasn't pointed with. Yeah, not quite. But again, this isn't the first time Edgeworth has been involved with a gun. I think it's his third? Yeah, third. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I will be thrust into a multitude of cases, and some very frantic and busy days. "50 minutes later." Ooh. Ooh. Prosecutor's badge, proof of my profession. However, I prefer to keep it in my pocket. The victim in this case. Why was he killing my office? I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. I think I'm able to, I don't think Gumshoe's voice will be that hard. Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder had been taking place in your office, I ran up here straight away. I don't think I could do Gumshoe's voice anymore, but I'll try. This is Detective Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct. And the one that is assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However, your office! It's totally trashed! I'll say, the culprit soiled my floor with dirt rather than well. No one gets away with tracking money into my office. Whoa! Sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing! The crime was committed in my office, so it's my responsibility to solve it. That's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. You must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Ooh. Crime scene in my office. Is it really coincident that the murder took place in my office? I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office? For security reasons, this office door has a lock built into it. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? Gumshoe, please don't tell me you can't. Gumshoe, please tell me you know what logic is. By finding a connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So how do you use it? Edgeworth. Damn it. Gumshoe, please. Why? First, I recall the information we gathered with Edgeworth. This is not the time to break in the fourth wall. We gotta focus on the case. I'm just gonna say it in my normal voice. Gather without, then I connect them with what X. Now use the L button and recall the facts. Oh, I guess this is the time where I press the button. Ooh. I kinda like this. Okay. Is it really coincidence that my murder took place in my office? Do I have to put like an order? I feel like Is it really coincidence that the murder took place in my office? For security reasons, maybe this? For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks. Which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Oh, we now got Gumshoe. A little bit redesigned. Actually, not bad. Oh, he's 32 in this. He's 32 in this one. I don't remember, but I saw in a post that investigations take place a month or 6. I don't remember, but I know it takes place after trials and tribulation. Homicide detective at the local precinct in charge of the initial investigation. Which means it would... Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as a mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? The killer's goal. Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? You're really on the ball today, Miss Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing these together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir! Begin investigation. High Prosecutor's Office. Address office. Room 1202. The basic of any good investigation is examine everything, sir. I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply press the A button. Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use X, okay? I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. You cool, sir? Alright. Oh, that's all safe. Oh, there's a lot. Wait. Oh, it's 20. Ooh. Okay. All right. Well, let's start with let's start with you. Actually, hold on. Before we investigate, let's talk to Edward. Is there anything you noticed that you like to share, Detective Gumshoe? Just that I rushed over here as soon as I heard there was a murder in your office, sir. The investigation just got started, so I guess there's not much else to say. So, were you the one that found the body, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately, upon my return, I found my office door to be unlocked. And what awaited me inside was this whole bloody affair. Ouch, that's rough. Even though I left the security of this room to a certain detective. Sorry, sir. I'll investigate. I'm assuming you understand how to conduct investigations, Detective Gumshoe. Of course, sir. Examine anything and everything with A. By checking things out, we can gather all sorts of evidence and information. You can see the evidence we collected with R. For information leads, it's L. That's it. Great job, sir. Deduction reasonable is the way to go. It's called deductive reasoning, detective. Clearly something you like. Let's present the prosecutor's badge and see what he thinks. The prosecutor's badge is really tiny compared to my police badge. Oh, but it's really cool, sir. Much cooler than my badge could ever be. There's no need to suck up to me, detective. Alright, well, I guess that's everything. So let's start with... Well, I'll start with this. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of the gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know! I was issued the exact same model, I think. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. Props to Gumshoe. Really big props to Gumshoe. You know, I just realized even since this takes place in... I mean, the original takes place in Japan. What? Okay, I see something. We'll get to that later. I see something in... I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see it. But we'll get there soon.
Now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it.
So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by the precinct's detective. Found the crime scene is the same model as those used by precinct detectives. Let me see. Looks like you. We just touched him in the chest. Do you have anything to report? Sir, nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes.
Talk about contradiction!
Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. We don't have evidence, wow. Oh, wait. Wait, can we? Oh, yeah. Ah. Oh, we can't present them. Wait. Huh? Okay. Okay. I don't. Okay, that was odd. Okay, we talk. Right, talk to you already. Okay, let's go. How's it coming all along? Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprints lifting is a delicate art. Well, I never. We can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa.
That thing looks like a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir?
Said the gumshoe. You know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, none of us have the time to spare it, let alone rest.
You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end.
Even once this case is over, I don't think you can afford to take any time off. Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers?
The ones that come with a cart attached every month. It's like clockwork for you. Yep. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the cart this month, sir.
All will be resolved. Wendy. Does her last name start with an O? Oh, Miss Hardy, how painful are thy thorns?
Wendy, isn't that the name of the old lady with the whiny voice that stuck?
That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further. It's a good thing my steel samurai doll will spare any harm.
Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show.
What
is it about again?
I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai. And his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. spin-off like Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and the Nickel Samurai.
Along with the launch of merchandise and even a new stage show gives us presents. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabbit fanboy?
Of course not! Anyone that keeps up with the society knows at least this much. That conversation lasted longer than expected. Let's return to the investigation. Okay. It's been a while since I sat on this desk. Oh, how I miss you. So tight it looks newer than when I first bought it.
Oh yeah. That thing's so polished that it makes mirrors jealous.
Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, Detective.
My job is to protect your office, sir.
And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it.
That's harsh, sir.
I have to admit the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. I can use the D-pad on the controller to move.
What was your trophy? Now you're prosecutors, right?
King of prosecutors. And it's not a trophy, it's a shield. They only
sent this to the winning prosecutor, right?
Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself.
That's so slick, sir! I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime.
Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Gumshoe, I like you, but you are really kind of dragging my voice. Let's wait. Do I have none? Ah.
Oh, what's on the teacup fragments there, sir?
Cut's going to pay. It's T-set.
Yikes! You're really mad over this.
A T-set is very dear to my heart. It can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck.
What? Now I feel like the killer's wasted on my monthly paycheck. Your files are all over the floor, sir. Probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer.
Signs of struggle. My files are a mess, pointing to a struggle between the victim and the killer.
Ugh. They tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you're away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless.
I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room.
Well, I water the flowers every day just like you requested, sir. I just added clean to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I come in and clean this place until it sparkles.
Does he have a life?
Adrift!
Jeez.
I was even knocked over your chess set. And it all set up, ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games.
I had no idea you're interested in chess.
I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try.
In that case, I suppose I could set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the game to tax my mental actual acuity much. Acuity? I don't know. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I inspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Look at this. What do we have here?
Hey, I think I've seen one of these before.
It's a police badge, Detective.
Oh, hey! I have the exact same thing, actually. Coinkydink. What a coink.
Let's take a look inside. Mr. Buddy Faith, rank detective. It would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you. Victim was a detective. According to the badge and ID, Buddy Faith was a precinct detective. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of permanent information. Now to calmly use some logic to figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Let's see. The killer's goal, signs of struggle. Hold on. Let's see here. It's bullet all over his lower abdominal area.
Looks like the bullet passed through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep, until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Crime scene notes jotted down my organizer. Bullet went through the victim's abdomen. The body was found around 2:05 a.m.
Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir?
Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all.
Alright, if you say so.
Keep all the evidence I find either in or within my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece of evidence, I had to press R to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Crime scene notes. Buddy Faith 29, a detective in the precinct and the victim. Why was he killed in my office?
I don't believe it! I packed those files on these shelves so tight! And not even an earthquake can make them fall off. Just look at them! At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all!
A problem to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back up on the shelf. Now... wait, that's it? Wait, but what about this? Alright, Alright, let's pretend Gumshoe.
I'm just a lowly detective, so I'm not sure what I should do with that other than to arrest it.
Is that the only talent you have? Oh, wait. I seem to pick up a good few leads.
Oh, so now you're gonna do that thing you do with all the information, right?
What are you babbling about?
The brainy thing you were talking about just a few minutes ago, sir. Logic? You said that you can look all of your leads and info by pressing L. And you pick up the ones that seem related with A and connected with X. That's a new way to investigate, right, sir?
Yes, which is why this exercise in planning my own method to me was unnecessary.
Okay, then how about I explain my logic to you next?
That's even more unnecessary. Alright, I guess. Okay. Let's see. A revolver. The victim was a detective. Let's see. The revolver. The standard model used by detectives. Oh, yeah! Buddy is a detective, so... Could it have belonged to our recent departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time?
Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What have we got here? Observer, sir! The guy's wearing a gun holster!
So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Can we assume that this gun is a murder weapon? It was issued to the victim. Victim's revolver. Let's see what else we can find about this revolver. Oh, it's just like... Oh, it's just like Rise of the Phoenix. Wait, not Rise of the Ashes, the 5th chapter for the first game.
As I always say, you gotta look really carefully at each piece of evidence. Arch rotating objects. Those are things about angle.
Alright.
Use LNR to zoom in and out to get nitty and gritty.
Here. Oh. Wait. Looks like only one round was fired from this.
Well, so the killer killed the victim with just one shot after wresting the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle the gun, huh, Miss Edgeworth?
But that's something. We have no proof for now, but that's all the distinct possibility. I guess it's about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to the Jim. Jim! Why, oh why? How could this happen to a guy like you? Buddy. I'm disappointed in you. Well, not quite, because the game... Well, we found our guy. Are you alright? Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be. Jim! Why? Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body? The body? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turning in for the night. Wait a minute. Jim, huh?
Sure. Just in the blood-stained suit, pal.
Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes I am. I'm Jack Sportsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime, busting. I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I'm also a prosecutor.
Detective Gumshoe, sir.
So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office? Yes, that's correct.
And it was you! You're the one who killed Jim! Hey, don't go jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay?
I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutors' office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has a key to his or her own office door. That's correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner.
Yeah, Miss Andrew has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? The only one who could get in here was me.
Gumshoe, you...
Wait, that means...
I'm not sure what that means. Are you sure, Gumshoe? So it's you then! You're Jim's killer!
No way, pal, you got it all wrong!
Everyone calm down! Mr. Portsman, correct? If you're a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call it truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you.
guy you're conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for botching like that. Carry on then. It's your room after all.
Thank you, I intend to.
I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there!
Sir!
I want you to capture this scene on the film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim.
I should probably give them some space.
No!
Ooh, I'm in the way. I'm in the way. How's it coming along? Please, I need absolute silence. This picture is too important to mess up. I'll leave the man to his art.
The victim's gun, huh? It's the same model as mine.
A tool used to protect lives. Yeah, one that can also take lives away. Those who take a gun in hand wield a great responsibility. I hope you understand that.
I don't really use my gun at all, sir. The only time we use this baby is when I'm fighting a hot duel with a convict to look ultra cool.
You were doing so well until that last bit. Jax Portsman, a high prosecutor with this prosecutor's office. It's my first time speaking to him. No. Alright. Let's talk to you then. Mr. Portsman, where if I may?
Jim, I swear I found you, kill and bring him to justice. You wait and see how it'll be for the both of us. Now that you wanted to talk to me about something?
No, that's alright. I feel like I'm interrupting their conversation. Oh, B to run. Anyway, now we got this.
Your jacket, sir! What's it doing on the floor?
Must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing around.
So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well!
Which is interesting. Only one fire of the victim's revolver is shot.
They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutional debut in! What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster!
It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Now when there's something more here.
Like what?
I think you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us.
Really?
Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. If you guys know, you know what Edward, you know who's Edward talking about. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. This is it, the bullet hole where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should point my cruiser and press X with my contradiction. And when I found significant proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Does this mean we get to hear it? Eureka! Oh! I thought it was objection or take that or hold it. I did not expect Eureka. Interesting. This pull hole is a contradiction.
What do you mean, sir?
It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. First fell the victim, and the second fell this frame.
Hey, that's right.
However, this gun was only fired once.
Hey, that's true too.
Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight?
By the way, I noticed something, sir.
Yes?
What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame?
Oh, that. It's a secret safe.
Secret safe? Ooh, I smell money.
I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way.
Roger that.
That was a fake cough. I couldn't do a sneeze.
Talk about Dusty.
I suppose this will happen when I'm not here to dust it once in a while.
I know there's a safe here, or I'd keep it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in?
It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office had one.
Really? I had no idea.
The only prosecutors I suppose that have knowledge of their existence.
So what's inside, Miss Edgeworth?
Right now, nothing. We only need them to store especially important evidence when a trial's in session.
That's it? Talking about squashing my hopes and dreams.
Each prosecutor has one in their office. Only they know of them. Trial evidence used. Moments until I suspect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Let's go here. Now this is odd.
You found something, sir?
This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean?
Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it. Not the keypad on the keypad itself.
You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. I couldn't find it, let alone lift a single fingerprint. Looks like it was wiped down well. Each prosecutor, only they know of them prints were wiped. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have.
I mean, there was a safe hidden back here.
Well, if a detective knew about them, they would have been secret now, would they?
Are there any other secret hidden things in this room?
And if there were, it would defeat the purpose of them being hidden if I told you. Don't bother looking for them.
So there's no, like, hidden cameras around, right?
And what if that... And what if there was?
No, it's not anything. Forget I say anything.
Do I even want to ask what he's been doing in my office while I've been away? Let's see. Alright, Gumshoe. Secret safe.
I had no idea you have one of these things. I mean, I thought I knew everything there is to know about you, Miss Edgeworth. I feel like I caught a glimpse of the hidden side of Miles Edgeworth.
It's a great deal you don't know about me. At least I hope so. Wait. I think that it's so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger.
You know, I can't even see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones they use at the track and field to start races. If you take up before it's fired, everyone always ends up following your lead.
To chase you down for a full start, detective.
Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place.
All right. All right. That. All right. right there's my beer. I should like make enough. I should like do BRB screen option so that way everyone can know. Not BR option, a BRB button. Anyway, I'm gonna use the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Until then, enjoy this music. Okay. I gotta have a button to find, so I don't have to like click on the. Okay, I gotta add a BRB option, BRB button on my Stream Deck. All right. Maybe the killer's goal white fingerprints. Ah. I believe I figured out what the murder was after.
Well, what is it, sir?
The fact that those safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least intended to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. Motive theft? The culprit tried to open my safe. Was it the killer's motive theft? I wonder if knowing the motive behind this breaking was theft changes what the other piece of information could tell me about this crime. Let's see. Okay, no. Oh, wait. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, we had to do it. Alright. Okay, go shoot. Alright, well. Okay, so... No, let's... Maybe these two? 'Cause... There's a possibility that the files displayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer.
Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir?
Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelf files like you've never seen before, even at a library.
Sure. Let's give that a try. Why did all the... Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we limit, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, I calmly restore the files to their rightful place.
You got it. Here, let me help. So this file goes here, and that book goes there.
You sure know a lot about where things go, despite being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done.
It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here.
The blood stain in the bookshelf are still fresh.
I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position. Hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell into the floor, right? Blood on the floor is kind of gross.
Oh, and then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out.
Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
Well, you know I'm not good with blood, sir.
I'm concerned there's something wrong with this picture. victim's handprints.
Those have tried to support.
Wait. How do I... How do I... No, not that. Oh, it's Y. Okay, there we go.
The victim's handprints.
He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot.
There are prints on the floor too.
Those must have been made when unable to stay standing. He dropped to the floor. It appears that the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot.
Oh, so that's why they see the victim's pants had blood on it.
That would be a logical conclusion. I killed him with the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf.
The blood on this guy's pants proved that pretty well.
In a sense, I suppose.
See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth. I put them all back just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything missing.
Although it does look like the killers moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. Spot how some connected. Any evidence I hold? No, not that. This is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim's... Huh? For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file's spine indicates that the file were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. There's clear contradiction here with this bullet hole.
What do you mean, sir?
You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. Okay, good. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher.
What if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir?
That would be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf after being shot. It suggests he was standing when he was shot.
And that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir?
It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position? I think it's probably the order. I believe the order of the files is a bit off.
You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the file are all wrong, sir.
Oh?
Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? What are those doing all the way down after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird.
Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they arrange a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption just as you did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in a numerical order and see what we find out.
Do you think it'd be okay to pop the body back to how it was before it was moved?
They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it shouldn't be. If you please, detective, come shoot. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files just before shooting Mr. Fate.
And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess.
Exactly. And then proceed to shoot the victim.
Why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. files were thrown into disarray twice. Once before and once after the crime, but why? Found disarray. The culprit had rearranged my files twice, once before and once after the murder. Why? Now the crime scene is it was at the time of the murder. Not to give it another look. As I suspected, the bullet hole is not where it should logically be.
You figure out that the killer went through your bookshelf twice.
See, there are many things the killer did that doesn't make sense. To figure out
The why?
the whys, we need more information. The tamperine belongs to the victim.
Right? It makes sense with the body's position.
Yes, he must have left them where he was trying to support himself after he was shot. However, its final position of the body shows that it was moved. I need to go over this crime scene with fine-tooth comb one more time. I see it, but there must be some reason why the victim's body was moved. There's no time to ponder that now. Let's continue with our investigation, detective.
Roger that, sir. I'm ready to go.
All right. Now, let's get to this. This.
What is that? Why is this a gumshoe on there in blood?
I say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed.
No, wait! There's gotta be some mistake! Edward, sir, help me! Say something, sir!
Appears that one of my files was stolen.
Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Sorry, gosh. Wow. It's been a while since we said this. Poor Gumshoe. Is this what the killer was really after? One of the files that were written upon in blood was stolen by the culprit. If that signature complete, looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message meant to reach to us.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough. Wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. There must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going to do?
What I've always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique.
Oh, how can you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir?
Might as well. Alright, first I listen to the witness's testimony. And I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence. I open my organizer with art and present a piece of contradictory evidence. That's all news.
Well, it's not like there's going to be a flaw in their testimony every time, right?
Correct. At those times I need to press the witness with L. Sometimes every person can draw new information and new or modified testimony.
I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during the investigations, too.
Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. And watch carefully. Oh boy. Argument. Mr. Postman's logic. Detective Gumshoe. You stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. Thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And will be as fine words that you will be brought to justice. You tend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer? I hear Jin's voice and he's calling for his killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Postman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find a flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Rebuttal.
Hold it!
You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask. What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim? When clearly his name is Buddy Faith. Isn't it obvious Jim is the perfect name for my companion? Jack and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly?
But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name.
Well, Jack and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Besides, he was a third of a bunch of guys that decided to nickname Jim. Talks about the victim like he was his pet. Mess up the file like you have murder commit theft instead.
Hold it!
Do you really think it was necessary to shelve my shelves twice to do that? That's true. Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft.
Hey, are you kidding me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth?
It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle?
You know that I eat 3 squares meal every day, pal.
Okay, so all
3 of them happen to be instant news, but...
Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you're paired up with. And what a motive, no? Oh, I can't present the profiles. Oh, so it's just like... Let's see, that's where he moved his body was saying in the bookshelf.
Hold it!
And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway, thanks to that, he didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding.
Hold it!
Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covered in quite well, would you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something.
What do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal.
There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone. I can't say I disagree with him on that point.
Why don't you say something, sir?
Not you too, Mr. Edward! Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Let me go overlook his bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence. I can ask for a better setup. For the game finishing spike.
Hold it!
Are you saying that those letters weren't intended for you? Yep, Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from my former partner. But Miss opponent still doesn't understand. He has yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters. What are you splitting over there? Can you just admit my logic's pretty sound perfectly? Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in the logic. Perhaps so why even the good detective can spot. The clue Miss opponent by presenting him with some evidence. Let's see. Or do you mess up the files to make it look like... Okay, I feel like... Okay, that's better, so we can see the green letters. You can see the green text. Mess up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved his body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. Thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to Let's see. I feel like it's the fourth one. It is. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there's a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing a bit of the courtroom to this? I see. No problem. I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by a power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. If you have time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to this missing file? What? That's impossible! What? What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing. The files on that shelf are about a certain case. Files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have messed the bloody letters written on the spine.
Objection!
It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. Missing letters in the detective's name where the file it should be is proof. Yeah, I mean, the S is gone, and it's only half in each. Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case. I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in the blood of the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood.
Which means, what does that make this dying message?
It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with a crime scene.
That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to print this whole thing on me, sir! I'm gonna get them, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time.
Well, Mr. Portsman. Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. Man, you win some and lose some. That's how life goes.
Well, everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive.
Ah, but you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up. However...
Was it this time? You still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
That would be me!
I did not know I dropped so much frames. I did not even notice that.
Mr. Edward just proved that I'm innocent, pal.
Gumshoe, the key. That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. And why do I sense that you still have something to say? What are you doing with your jacket? Oh, I was thinking, did you know there was one other person with the key to his office? One other person? Hey, you there. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? A lady? The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a maternal witness.
Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal, don't!
What's wrong with him all of a sudden? I believe she needs no introduction. I have called up Miss Maggie a member of security. Oh gosh. Detective Gumshoe, sir.
Maggie!
We get the profile. Oh boy, it's been a while, Maggie. Gumshoe know her from when she was a police officer. Now she works at nighttime security. So she went from police officer to waitress to now nighttime security. Oh boy. Miss Bryant is the security guard on watch tonight. I see. And your point is? My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building. What? If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, and the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bride. How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room.
That's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie's the Cobra pal. It was me. That's right. I did it.
Can we take that as a confession, Detective?
Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you have no problems with that, right?
Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theoretics. Theatrics. I don't care. I can't read. Listen to your boss, Detective. Do you understand what I'm saying here? That girl is the only one who could have murdered the crime, and for one simple reason. Oh my gosh, why is... Okay. There we go. He stopped flexing his coat. Okay, there we go. He stopped using his coat. Why of all people, Maggie? Oh my gosh! Now she's accusing him of being the murder. How many times? She got accused of being murdered more than Maya. That's a new record. Reason for suspicion. It's very obvious that Miss Bryce snuck into your office using the master key. I mean, if the Gumshoe is the one who opened the door, then at least only Miss Maggie Bryce is our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. So you're saying she used the master key? This door can open every office door. It is used controlled by security staff. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then. This is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bride who could have used the master key. It seems like the only way to get the postman to give me more details is to press him.
Hold it!
Are you sure Miss Bride is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight she's it. That is definitely... Okay, I'm silencing you. I'm silencing you, flexing your coat. If she's the only person on staff, I am really questioning the safety of this prosecutor's office. Who cares? What the heck? I mean, like, this isn't the first time we witnessed a murder that happened around the prosecutor's office. Isn't that right, Miss Bride? That's true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she had to say, pal.
But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bride out? Not so fast. I too am interested in hearing what Miss Bride has to say. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't really need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bride, if you please. I discovered the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir. What do you mean by missing? As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stole it. Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe that someone like you would be taken by such words. I'm not lying, sir.
Objection!
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. A likely story, and that's where you prove that the key was stolen to begin with. I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it.
Yeah, pal, trust me. You don't want to test just how bad her luck is.
Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth.
But... You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Her motive? Didn't we already establish it was already theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelf and at least tried the safe. As Mr. Postman says, Detective. Wait a minute. Oh, it's not the safe. No, he didn't say safe. Oh, wait, no, he said at least try to say. Oh, boy. I have to know the fact that the evidence points towards the motive of theft. I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own.
Objection!
Do you wish to continue insulting that Miss Bryan was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to this whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must have been also aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. The existence of which only private to prosecutors. I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, the only bookshelf and the safe were targeted.
Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either.
Then are you proposing that killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Sis, what made you?
What's with the angry face all of a sudden?
It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. What did you say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's when I told him. I filled him on the secret safes.
Then that means...
Yeah, I know. I had only just told him too. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it. But the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bryan. Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even your risky profession.
What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder?
Yes and no. I mean, she has stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was a self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not As a security guard, sir.
Plus, even if he was a thief, he wouldn't have the key to his office.
Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impressive for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless you retrieve it for Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? No then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to seat yourselves out? Okay, good. He's not flexing his jacket.
You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edwards' office.
Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You're all suspects to varying degrees, and therefore ineligible to run this show.
Listen, pal, how many times do you have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit.
Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself.
But sir!
You have no choice but to accommodate his requests. For now. Thank you, Mr. Edwards. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'll be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portman. We will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear? I'm gonna save it one more time. Alright. We're still gonna go on for a little bit more.
What's with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable.
Please maintain your professionalism, detective.
I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocent. You'll see, sir.
You've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir.
True. So then, what now?
Looks like my life's falling into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Miss Bright. You can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway.
Eh, really, sir?
For example, this hallway. The linchpin of this argument against Miss Bright is relative to the master key. It's related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. I was wondering if I may speak with you a bit concerning this case. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this... It's like a dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edward. Can't let this chance pass by me. I must remember to ask her about the master key. Should jog her memory by showing my notes to her what that is. Alright. Let's first ask about the victim. Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portman's office. Mr. Fate was always playing basketball with Mr. Portman, sir.
That sounds like fun. Just once. I have loved to play with them.
Sounds fun. The only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Fate ever did was pass him the ball, sir. Oh, that was rude.
On second thought, I don't think I have to fit in all of that well with them.
Miss Maggie Bright, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective.
He was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit.
Yeah, and we know what happened. And then we know what happened after she quit the force. I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night. Got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old, I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. Yeah. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of food. Fallen at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. If this was Danganronpa, she would definitely be the ultimate unlucky student or lucky student. Nah, probably lucky student. And now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I become a security guard. That's a lot to go through in one lifetime. I know, and just when I thought I had finally found my happiness, I wound up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. This ain't the first time. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bride. Nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All accident in return is for your cooperation. Yes, sir, Mr. Ezra, you can count on me. I'll do all I can to help. Let's start with the badge. That's a prosecutor's badge, isn't it? It proves that you're really a prosecutor. Interesting. Despite all appearances, she seems to know more than Gumshoe. That badge, even I can be a professional prosecutor. Sir, may you please try that on, just for a little bit? I don't think that would be a very good idea, do you? I guess not. On second thought, they're actually on the same level. I'm just a little security guard, so... Okay. Other than guarded. It's like talking to another Gumshoe. Okay, not this. Too bad we can't present the profiles. Let's start with the secret safe. Stolen file. Alright, the master key then. So when did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 AM, sir. I noticed it was back at around 2:30 AM. It was just sitting there on the ledge when the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that happened those 2 times. It was not just gone, but stolen, sir. Alright. Master key was stolen. Why is such an important key stored in an insecure place? Ah, it's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, anyway, away from the window. Always, you say. Except this time, correct? Well, I admit that I was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was right after I had used it that I left it sitting around the ledge. She used master key? She used the master key? It's a master key to every office in the building. Alright, that's it. What did you mean by you used the master key? Well, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. Oh, sleep. I mean, it's my job as security guard, right? Ah! What is it? That's right, I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key. It was Mr. Portsman, sir. What? Please tell me more, Miss Bright, quickly. Interesting. It was around 12 AM. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him. No, wait. It's against regulation to loan the master key out to anyone. I welcomed Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir. I see.
And then, what happened to that?
Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 AM, I think.
So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor,
you used the master key twice tonight. Let's see, use the master key twice. This key was used to unlock and lock Portsman's office.
Talk about suspicious!
I thought you could say that you never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this called for a thorough exam of Mr. Portsman's office. Oh God, what is this? What's this? Like you're in.
It looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be sure, a murder within the walls of a prosecutor's office is no thrifty matter. Must find, apprehend, and punish the killer. Accordingly, post haste. Sounds like a messy case you got.
Sounds like a messy case you've got on your hands. If you ever feel lost, you'll need some advice, my door is always open.
Oh gracious, I would keep your office in mind.
Who is this guy again?
Everything alright? Yes, sir. You must know, I weighed myself this morning and I'm finally at 154 pounds. Congratulations. I was asking about this hallway in this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. Word of advice, stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. What is a basketball hook doing here?
Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago?
So wonder why it was moving doors.
I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. Drag it? I heard it wouldn't fit in this elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself.
All the way up to the 12th floor? Oh. What's a basketball doing here?
That's what's important in its private possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis.
Not a single one of those sports is suitable to be playing in the hallway. Okay. I wasn't present to suspect every suspicious nook and cranny. A well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. Stitching is excellent.
Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know.
You asleep even out here, detective? In a hallway?
Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimonies up on the stand. But always end up in the same way, getting me trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful?
Maybe I should give it a try sometime. To envision myself winning, naturally. Interesting.
It's is that missing O Street file, sir?
No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seem to be a few pages missing. Our theft only took what is necessary. Oh wait. Okay. I thought Gumshoe was saying that line.
So what are these zero files about, sir? I guess they got something worth stealing in them?
Not particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine.
Huh?
They belong to the High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were.
And that means that he must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right?
It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing.
Wonder why anyone would care about such an old case.
Is that it? Alright, that's... Yeah, just made that a few minutes ago. Clutch a court face. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Maggie doesn't... Alright, Maggie doesn't know. Let's start with the master key. Oh. Oh. Same thing. Oh. Okay, so I represented everything to him. Jeez. We're not gonna talk about that prosecutor. You see the... Alright. This is a gumshoe. You look rather intrigued by something. Care to share?
Oh, it's nothing, but I know that Mr. Horseman called his partner Jim. And a detective in that Sunday night drama, All My Cops, is named Jim too. I bet one of them is a big fan of that show.
You seem to know a little something about it yourself. I take it you watch it too.
Of course, type on a friendship between prosecutor and detective is great, sir. But it's nothing compared to the super strong friendship we have.
Friendship, detective? I think you're mistaking it with pity.
How can you say that, sir? After all we've been through too. Sir, why?
That's an achievement. That's funny. About Miss Bride.
No way she's a killer. Please don't tell me you buy into that accusation, sir.
Accusation. Rest assured, I think she's innocent. However, I need to ask her a few things regarding her security guard position.
Well, if you're only asking, that's okay. Just stand next to her and then you can two talk about whatever topic you pick. When you want to ask her about evidence, all you have to do is present it to her.
Yep.
I recommend showing different people different things. You'd be surprised by what they say.
Thank you for the explanation, though I don't recall asking for one.
Well, just so you know, sir, you can show me evidence in the same way too.
I do believe it's time to get down to business and ask some questions of Miss Bride.
Ignore it again. Ignore it again.
I was wondering about the investigation.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Let's let a real seasoned pro teach you how it's done.
A real seasoned pro? It's in noodle cuisine, perhaps.
You know that you could always check out on really important spots in more details, right?
Yes.
And if the area's too big, you can always use the right stick to take a look around. Oh, but don't worry, sir. The right stick commands will only show up when you need it.
That as well.
And when you think there's a contradiction or something unusual, try deduction.
Oh, yeah, we already know that. Yeah, that's when you said a piece. I'm pretty sure I already knew that as well, detective. And we introduced that already.
WA's investigator, class dismissed.
And all I wanted was an update about the investigation. Did you know we could also use the right stick for moving as well? Alright. Master key was stolen. Wait, this key was missing in proximity. Wait, something. Okay, wait. I won't rest until I inspect every suspicious looking cranny. No. Personal basketball hoop. I can't believe you put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office.
You know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten a lot trying to get in your office since it's been here.
How long have I had in the same office and yet you still managed to get lost? It? Alright. 1203. I take it that this is Mr. Portman's office.
Yeah, can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Well, that reminds me, Mr. Portman actually wanted room 1202 really badly. Since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir.
Why is Mr. Portman so particular about getting room 1202?
I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd?
Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why.
I can think of at least 3 reasons. Why am I even wasting time thinking about this? Door's locked tight.
I bet an old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
This is the office of a high prosecutor, detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through it then.
Aha, so I guess only the great cat burglar could get in. That must be who our culprit is.
Might I advise you to return that conclusion to wherever pawn shop you bought it from? Savage. Minimalist, just classy door made of top quality wood.
Guy Mr. 2 fits in really well with the ambience of the prosecutor's office. Even Mr. Portsmouth seems dignified just because he works behind one of these.
Nonsense. Man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works.
Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne.
Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. Never hurts to take another look. Thieves not under here.
There's enough space for anyone to hide under here anyway. I mean, if someone could contort themselves to fit, it would really be impressive.
Sounds like to me like somebody has already tried at least once before. Is that it? Okay. Yep. Leave. All you gonna shoot or praise the door is something greater than himself. Being a detective has its own rewards and a certain virtuous value, I think. If you live up to your full potential, there's a poignant trait that anyone can admire. Me being me is the best thing I can do for yeah. Actually, yeah, let's go, Gumshoe.
Yep. So you say so that me being me is the best thing I can do for everyone?
Yep. That's worth why?
That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir.
Oh. I don't see any sign of forced entry.
According to the guard, no sign that a lock was picked either, sir.
I mean, the door wasn't really open. The door really was open with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob?
Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Why do you think?
Look at this thief is. They did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. $1202. These four numbers are number plate alone proclaim this to be my office.
Oops. Hey, these number plates lay right out, sir. You have to be able to take the plate off.
They have to be able to take the plate off when a room becomes vacant, you know? Although the idea that it can't be so easily removed is kind of... That should be it. Oh wait, no. Oh. Alright. I just want to do something. Did it connect? Oh, it is. Miss Bry, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. What? No, wait, pal. I mean, sir. You said that you locked up Mr. Portsmouth's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the mask key had already been stolen at that time. Oh, yeah. Wow. Nothing gets by you, Miss Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I totally forgot all about it. Thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing. And? Well, I'm a security guy, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir. You pretended?
Yeah, I used my house key. It made it look like it was locking up, sir.
In actuality, you never did relock the door there. Door there.
I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly.
Miss Brian unlocked the door. The master key was stolen, so she could not have locked it up. Interesting. Alright. Yep. Eureka! It's contradicting between the reality and the evidence. So what Miss Bright says is true, then why is this door locked tight?
Huh? You know you're right.
Miss Bright, are you sure you didn't relock this door?
I'm certain of it, sir. And don't think Mr. Portsman knows it himself that I had it.
Which means, what, sir?
Yeah, that means that he actually does have the key to his office. But that the door Miss Bright opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one.
She opened a different door? But how can you prove that?
There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... we need to examine these... prints on the number plate. It will tell us all we need to know.
Everything? Really? Like what, sir?
Like, well, for example,
Oh. Whoa, we don't know for sure. Okay, well, I got that wrong, but so all we need to be sure that the ghost is dead. We're all considered.
wow, that was amazing, sir. How did you know?
That's a cheer me up, sir. Yes, that's it. Not that should doing, and that is. Doorknob? Prints on the doorknob will tell us everything.
Hey, you, yeah, you, pal. Do us a favor and see what you can live from this, okay? So, what'd you find out?
There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective. Sir, I have found only Mr. Portsman and Mr. Face prints on this doorknob. The only two people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive.
Hello, sir.
Thinking logically, a certain other person prints could be on this doorknob as well. No, then. Whose prints should also be on this doorknob?
Take that!
Don't you find it odd that the prints on the person who unlocked this door are absent?
You mean?
Yes, the door that Miss Bright opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Miss Bright said she unlocked this door, but her prints were not found on the doorknob. Or unlocked the door. What do we have here? Oh, we can finally use that. Oh, wait. What's this?
What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey, how about a game?
That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off.
Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk.
The position of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I better take note of this. Basketball hoop, seeing the... Yep. Okay. Oh, let's go with the basketball now. Is this basketball properly Mr. Portsman?
Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match.
Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis. It doesn't matter what sport it is. He's game. Though I think it'd be a little hard to play tennis with this ball.
That isn't the point you should be focusing on, Detective.
You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. Bad, Mr. Portsman. Someone should teach him to clean up his toys after he's done playing.
I think we reached the end of this conversation. Take the same thing. Wait. Oh yeah. Now this. What is this?
It's like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it.
Looks like a note from the victim. I bought the 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talk about on the phone. But it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later, buddy.
Yeah, it's for Mr. Portsman.
Note left by victim. I'm healed. Walking around this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely.
Huh? How so, sir?
Variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case. You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? Mr. Portsman?
I knew it! That's exactly what my logic sentences were telling me, too. I suspect it was him for the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, sir.
That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourself. Come what may, it's time to knock on Truth's door. Portsman, I finished processing the bloody list, sir. Alright, let me take a gander of it. Pass it here. Okay, looking good. You there, take good care of this. Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe.
And the line for you, Portsman. We've got you now.
Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke? It is no joke. We know, Mr. Jax Portsman. We know, Mr. Jax Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'll be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? I can see right through the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Whoever had thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know. Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours is now explaining yourself. So that, too, will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything? Here we go. Gotta drink more water. Mr. Portsman's rebuttal. Ooh. I like this jam. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how may I ask do you propose I unlock your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad for doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here.
Sorry, but we're not finished yet. Well, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusation on something.
I'll show you what I'm basing my accusations on. Evidence.
Okay.
Hold it! Oh, and what pray tell kind of evidence are we talking about here?
Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him.
And that's it? That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain.
It's more than enough, wouldn't you agree?
Might I recommend that you review the word evidence means?
It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as a killer.
Hold it!
Nothing, and I still insist that I couldn't gain access to your room.
What should I do? Should I raise an objection? You claim to have no way to open my door. Alright, is that really the honest truth?
Alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead and shoot.
Very well then. I propose that you use this to open my door.
Plus two. Wow.
Take that! I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection! Wait. Hold on for a second. I never lay a finger on that key, as you already know.
Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right. You use your fingers to direct this person to open my door with the key. Take that! You had asked Miss Bryan to open your own office door for you, yes?
Yeah. I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know?
The room you had Miss Bryan open at that time was not your own, was it?
What? You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we?
I'm certain that it was Miss Portsman's door, sir.
I checked the number plate to make sure it was opening the right door, sir. See, this probably backs up my story.
Yet, what if you have mislead her to fool her into thinking what you wanted?
How do you suppose I did that?
By switching the number plates on our doors, for example.
That's right! They do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give it a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours and not, in fact, mine. What was it that Mr. Portman used to make Miss Bryan think it was his room?
Basketball hoop.
Take that!
What? The basketball hoop, sir?
It's quite a peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor.
It's very true, sir. Because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door was opening. I had opened was Mr. Portsman.
There are signs that the hoop has been moved. Sit in front of my office to be sure.
I see. So that's how you become suspicious on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack.
We went there. Conjecture's rebuttal.
Now you're just spying nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me.
So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he?
I'm as pure as innocent as my jacket. I'm as bright as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. My jacket's not dirty. I'll have you know, I just washed it yesterday.
Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here.
Here we go. let's see if it's this.
Objection!
Oh. Okay, let's press it. Okay, so it's not... Alright.
Hold it!
Maybe we press. Use the master key, of course. Sure, you have a problem with that? That is what the master key is for, right? Perhaps we should place it in an elaborate lever for some sort of people like you. Okay.
Hold it!
And what were you doing in your room, in your office? I was doing my usual training regimen. Training regimen? Were you going through your law book from start to finish? Mainly batting practice and some weights. Oh, and I jog when I get the chance.
Wow, you must be the buffiest prosecutor we have.
The weakest legal muscles, it will seem. I was doing my usual workout, so...
Hold it!
Yes, because I'm telling the truth here.
Hold it!
I think we're giving you quite a few reasons, actually.
Objection!
None of this will stand up on their own.
Objection!
We finally got the eject. Oh wait, no, he already did the ejection. Then what about all the evidence?
Objection!
It's all circumstantial. No judge will convict on such flimsy evidence. Seem to be trembled a little. One more little push. All I have to do is find the flaw of his testimony. Wait. Is it this? Wait. Miss Bryce said that she unlocked this door, but her prince went...
Objection!
Yep. Okay, so I didn't use it. So... It's not the note, but actually the door. I had your door dusted for fingerprints. My door? What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time. You're right. I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bryce's fingerprints. Oh, this is from... Wait. Okay, random question. Is this like remade? Is this music remade? I feel like it is. I didn't find anything, definitely not Miss Bryce's fingerprints. Your prints? What do they have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her prints should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Further, all the prints on my office doorknobs have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bryce's fingerprints were on it.
Objection!
But it doesn't change the fact that I was in my room the entire time. Is that really a fact, or is it fiction? Hey, would I lie to you? I have here proof that you were not in your room the entire time, as you claim. Oh, what? Wait, what?
Take that!
This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door. What did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then where were you and what were you doing? Don't you think it's time you gave up on your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard some sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said, when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office.
That's what's so funny, pal.
Oh, look at that stiff seriousness on the face of this office finest prosecutor. As he makes a huge mistake in accusing me is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? So Ezra just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. And as I said earlier, it's also circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my door for prints? Well, I can rarely confess that I wiped that door if I knocked down well. Eh? I'm a little obsessive compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched. That's why I wiped the doorknob down as soon as I could after you opened it. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there.
You made it up just now, did you?
Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like, early evening, for example.
Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway?
Hey, every geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note at that size. You can't prove that, can you? Say something, Miss Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir.
Postman makes a good point. Can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it.
Besides, I have an airtight alibi.
Airtight, you say?
I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had just told you sooner.
Postman's alibi.
If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had an unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But that exact time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. The perfect alibi.
Do you really think it's that perfect?
Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself.
Is that the gumshoe?
Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check with his alibi, sir. Be right back. Miss Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Postman said. The guys down at the criminal affairs said they saw him around 2 a.m.
You see?
All the evidence points to him being the culprit. There must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere.
Hold it!
You are correct. It was around 2 a.m.
Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're on with the time.
I remember checking my watch then and make no mistake, it was 2.
Oh, give me testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2.
Hold it!
It says it's just you say, however.
Yes, however, you are the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw?
It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come on now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you?
I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit.
Hold it!
So you pay the criminal affairs department a visit.
Yep, right after I left the prosecutor, Billy, I headed straight for the precinct.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Hold it!
Well, we did go and ask around and confirm your testimony.
It was just as I said, right?
Yes, sir. Number detective said that they saw you at around that time.
See, I have the perfect alibi. Aesop had him asleep.
Possible he actually does have the perfect alibi.
What's wrong? Why is something solid on your face?
Can you say anything back, Miss Edgeworth?
I think we've reached the end of the line, and it's time to get off this crazy train. You there.
Sir!
Please escort the young lady out. But remember, be gentle.
Maggie!
Detective Gumshoe!
Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If I only had a clue. Did I miss something I can help out? I need to calmly think this through one more time, and with logic. What if... There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life, and the other that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, meaning that it's entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. Seeing how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I thought the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. Maybe the victim and his killer weren't the only visitors to my office tonight. These are the only 2. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that will also resolve the issue of why my shelves were opened twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder. So it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. One by the person who stole the victim's gun and then killed him with it. And once again after the murder by a second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back...
Objection!
Mr. Portsman, you see that I need to amend my assumption regarding this case.
Great, so you finally come to your sentence.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Sir, what are you saying?
This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I assumed that the person I ran into was the killer. That may not be the case.
What do you mean?
The person I ran into was just your average thief.
A thief? Sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts?
Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And that means in actuality, 2 culprits stole into my office tonight.
What do you mean 2?
It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Wright and gained entry into my office.
Objection!
Now you just lean the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know.
If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time.
So then, This would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, sir.
Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith?
Why did Mr. Fate come to your room, sir?
He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed some sounds coming from my office, would be my guess.
Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right?
He must have thought it was odd, so he came into his office to check it out.
Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Fate probably let his guard down. Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave. He waited a chance and stole Mr. Fate's gun from him, and then he killed him. He silenced Mr. Fate for catching him in the act of stealing. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He couldn't afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind.
You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that?
Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved, however. There was yet another visitor in my room, and this is where it got complicated. There was another?
Visitor, sir?
Yes, and this other's present objective was to also steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that. And so, they stole the master key from the security guard's room. And then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed. This is the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize.
A stolen old file, right, sir?
Correct. Only just as the theft was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter.
So the shelves get messed up twice and the 2 bullets. It was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times.
Precisely. So now you see, Mr. Portsman, the person I met was just a thief, and was not, in fact, Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant, because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
What's so funny, pal?
Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything.
Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth after all.
But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Suppose it, if, and that's a big if your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor.
Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir.
But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point.
Don't say that, sir.
I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must.
You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. The person you met entirely was just a plain old thief. Then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct.
Part 2 of the alibi. Oh, we're getting bigger now.
That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? You should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I already said, I was trained in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down in criminal affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
Do you think we should be out here looking for... We should be out there looking for the thief?
Of course, now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions?
I don't think it's at all dead-ended. I found your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue to where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. Okay, so the key was stolen first.
Hold it!
Let's just press everything. Actually, no, I wouldn't.
Why not?
That's elementary, the dying message, of course. Mr. Face Killer very clear left those letters on the spine of those files. It was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them.
You mean there's 0 files, right?
And that's how we also know that the letters themselves were a setup, not for Mr. Fate. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves?
Ah! Or maybe the killer just didn't think of that either. Because this be it. Maybe, just maybe.
Hold it!
Once escaped, I highly doubt that thief will linger nearby.
Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after.
Oh? You talk like you quite a bit. You talk like you know quite a bit about this thief.
Something like that. I have no idea about anything after all.
Hold it!
According to Mr. Fate's notes,
Hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left a note for me in an earlier evening? If you have proof that he left at a different time, say just before he was murdered.
I don't have any... No.
You see, so I insist that, again, that I was in my office the entire time. When Jim came to deliver the evidence to me, I was down to criminal affairs.
Hold it!
Why did you go there with Mr. Faith?
Ah, that's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know, those sofas in the hallway, he just likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits.
And what of the evidence he brought?
There were things related to yesterday's case, just 2 items, a gun and a pendant.
Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks.
Hold it!
Interesting. A gun and a pendant?
Yes, this gun, which was the murder weapon, and this pendant, which belonged to the victim.
And why were you taking them to criminal affairs?
There was something in the past case file I wanted to compare these two to. But all this has nothing to do with this case right now. Anyway, I believe you'll find the long paper trail left to be your satisfaction.
Still matching up with Detective Gumshoe found out.
Hold it!
But I guess you can expect me to take a guess based on the logical deductions.
Oh, then let's see you deduct.
Jim waited for me to leave, then he stole the master key. For the purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. And that's when Miss Bright caught him red-handed and the murder occurred. So, it's all exactly how I laid out earlier.
I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. Something about this, Evan. Something about that statement. Okay, it's either crime scene notes or the gun.
Objection!
Okay, let's. Yes, well.
Take over, Senator. You're not good when you're all flustered.
Take two. So,
Objection!
wait, no, oh no. Oh no. Oh! Wait, no. Oh, wait, no. Okay. No. 3 pieces of evidence.
Objection!
Only 2 pieces? I believe the proper phrase here is, you failed. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you attempt to keep evidence hidden from me.
What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you.
Well, here's a piece of evidence I think you should read carefully.
Ah, it says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces.
Yes. And this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman.
Leave to get tripped up by some arithmetic.
Where is the missing piece of evidence?
It's...
You have it, don't you? Only the guilty will make such a face. Detective Gumshoe.
You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe.
Ah!
Why? Don't come any closer, I'm warning you! This is all part of the investigation, pal. Don't even think about stopping me.
No!
Hey, what's this? You had this on him, sir.
Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide.
Why would you hide something like that?
There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because of it unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. KG8 incident. KG8 incident?
That's the police case number, sir. Doesn't that mean this video is evidence from that case?
Interesting. However, what's recorded on this isn't what's important right now. Let's give the casing a thorough once over. Well, we already saw it. Blood.
Oh, that's blood, isn't it?
Yes, I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh.
You mean this might be Detective Fate's blood?
No, you got it all wrong. No amount of none can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth. You told us that you have received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto the video.
Yeah, it's totally suspicious.
Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you kill him? You know, there's very there's no way to prove that. Now even where we examine this tape for fingerprints. If I had to take a guess, I said that the only one on here will belong to the murderous you and Mr. Fate.
Oh, if I'm gonna lie,
So it's almost 6 a.m. for them. Wow.
This apartment has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir.
Very good.
And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back and was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir.
It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies.
Oh, it's nothing really compared to what I've been through. I mean, I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a holdup or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person.
Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail.
You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupted prosecutor.
And why would you say he was corrupted?
Well, I heard that there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he used is forged, sir.
Forged evidence, huh?
And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons.
Ooh, that guy is a complete disgrace to the entire profession.
We never did get around to asking what his reason was for bringing into my office.
Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up.
Although we can be pretty certain it was to steal something.
It's just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes.
Oh, well. Mr. Portman not willing to divulge anything certainly lends credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this.
Huh? And Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy?
I didn't say that. Rather, that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still have been figuring out the significance of this piece of evidence.
Take that!
The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night.
Yeah, I wonder who it was.
And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint?
Is that what, sir?
Yes. I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. This card.
What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there?
It's not just any bird. It's a mark of a raven. A three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective.
Oh, it's about that thing, is it? That great thief everyone's talking about?
Yes. It is the mark of the great thief. Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu? Oh. The mark of the legendary bird. The Yatagarasu is noble to the end. A modern Robin Hood. Label mysterious and phantom-like. The Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. We don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal. We do know the targets. Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once the target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence was found and is sent out to the mass media. Along with a single card, although it has been a while since
Yagagarasu's last appearance.
Hey, Miss Edgeworth! Look, something's written on the back!
What? Let me see.
It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files.
The person who stole the contents of the file was the Yadagarasu. Yadagarasu. Organization. Quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery. Murder in my office. Return of the Great Thief. Yadagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming. But they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago.
Wow.
Turnabout Visitor awarded.
Okay. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. We just basically finished the first chapter episode. So next time we start the second one. And plus it's good because I don't think I gotta take a rest whenever I do Gumshoe's voice because it gets raspy. Anyway. That was Ace Attorney's Investigations. Surprised we finished the first episode. Yeah, first episode that like in just this stream. Well, thank you everyone for joining here today. We're gonna be streaming Ace Attorney's Investigations and the second game for Mondays and Tuesdays. And yeah, that's about it. For the game Friday and Saturday, that one, we're gonna have to wait and figure out to see what that one is. Anyway, again, thank you all for watching. Be sure to follow me on all my socials and subscribe to my VOD channel. I will upload a new VOD in a little bit. And speaking of my VOD channel, almost all of my, well, not all of my Metroid Zero missions has been finally exported. And that's not the only thing. I'm also, like, my VOD channel is almost caught up to the stream. So anyway, I don't know if that'll be the end of my 5 videos a week streak, but yeah. Anyway, that's about it for me. I'll see you tomorrow as we go to episode 2 called Turnabout Airlines. Until then, everyone take care. Goodbye.